going to be the rural Japan farm experience we've been waiting for. We finally got our first real look at what everyday life in Village in the Shade actually feels like. We get to see the dynamic town and its villagers, farming, color dyes and crafting, and neat quality of life features. So today, let's spend 2 cozy days in Kagetsu Village. It is roughly translated by me, but I hope you find it helpful. Our day starts at 7 a.m. in what looks to be our humble little starter home. And our first step in the morning is watering our crops and ignoring our mailbox. It seems like with a special tool, we can watch over the state of our crops and observe details like when they can be harvested or whether they need to be watered. Next, the player takes the harvested turnips and puts them into a special barrel to process them into pickled turnips. This will likely take multiple days. We also have chickens that we can pet, which likely raises affection. And just like with the crops, we can apparently see different variables at a glance. We can also make an effort to get closer to the villagers, so we meet Yo at a bridge. Interestingly, even here we can see all the liked and disliked gifts, but they'll likely only be displayed if you've already discovered their preferences. So when you give a liked item, the NPC looks really happy and you'll likely raise their affection. We can see here that the cherry blossoms are in full bloom in spring, and it is so beautiful. Apparently, birds can drop certain items that you can pick up. You can also interact with the cats in the village, though in this case, they mostly run away. We also get a glimpse into the fishing mechanic. It seems to work like a mini game where you need to press the button at the right time to reel in the fish. There are also street stalls where you can sometimes buy seeds at a discount, as well as furniture and clothing. We enter the general store too, where we witness 2 characters having a conversation. And this sort of paints a better picture of what the villagers are like with each other. Around 5 p.m., it seems that we are hungry, and we notice that the other NPCs follow their own routines too. They are headed to the restaurant as well. Apparently, it can get quite busy around this time. We can also buy meals here to restore our attributes. One of them looks like our basic health, a heart icon, and the other could be stamina, a little flame. The food here is said to be amazing, but it seems like a complete mystery where they are even sourcing their ingredients from. We then head home, and interestingly, the player sows more turnip seeds and waters them in the evening. They finally put all their fish into the shipping box before bed, and the day ends surprisingly early, around 8:45 p.m. If you are hooked on the game, stay tuned and subscribe for more on my channel, because the day ending so peacefully and early like that is not going to be the norm. I will keep you up to date on Village in the Shade's mystery. On day 2, our goal is to decorate our room. This time, our house looks noticeably more worn down than in the first example, and there's even clear water damage on the floor. Since it is raining today, we don't need to water our crops, so this is extra time we can spend differently, like by going to the mines instead. We get to see the crafting menu at our workbench. A really useful feature is the Memo function. With it, we can keep track of how many materials are needed for our item of choice. We then eavesdrop on another conversation with one villager claiming that Kagetsu village seems so unusually quiet that it is almost suspicious. We don't know yet what to do with this info, so we move on and head to the mountainside, where we can also collect wild fruits and veggies along the way. As expected, wood can be collected by chopping down trees with an axe. And with our memo pad, we can now confirm every item and material needed on the left side of the screen. Wild mountain veggies and fruit can also replenish our stamina very quickly. Next, we head to the mines, and apparently we can descend up to 40 floors with our minecart. Down there are apparently not only stones and ore, but also spiders and bats that can damage us and deplete our hearts if we get too close to them. But you're also able to defeat them with your pickaxe. Apparently, the general store also sells useful, functional items to place on your farm, such as an outdoor water sink. Materials such as copper also need to be processed into ingots before we can craft with them. The dresser item reveals that we can change our clothes with it anytime, and that it is possible to dye our furniture a different color if we have a dyeing station. The different versions all look super cute. Finally, we can see how items are placed on a grid in the room. And while we don't see any items being rotated, the tooltip does suggest we can in fact rotate them if needed. The room looks so cute now with a bigger double bed, even though the water is still dripping off the walls. But this is by far not everything, because the game has a massive twist that I will show you next time, so make sure to subscribe. Have a wonderful day, lovelies, and take care. Also, thank you to our amazing members: Danny, MJ, Ty, Liana, Faye, Alex, Katie, and Wilmina Astor.